So today what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be talking through something called OBS Studio. So that's OBS Studio. It's something that you may have seen on our Facebook Lives. Basically, a lot of people have been asking, how do we get a screen up before the live actually starts? So this OBS Studio is pretty easy to use. It's free and it's free download. Once you've downloaded it, it's quite simple to get everything all in order. You can also do video recording on OBS Studio, so it's pretty good for that as well. So I have just opened up OBS Studio here on my computer. So first things first, what I would recommend is to go into File or Preferences if you're on Mac, and then have a look at this first section in the settings and go into Video. Once you're in video, make sure that the base canvas resolution is 1920 by 1080. For some reason on mine it did start at the 1440 by 900. I'm not sure why, so just make sure that it does say 1920 by 1080. That's one of the most important things to do to start off with. Once you have that, that'll be just regular like Facebook video or YouTube video size. So as I say, this is OBS Studio. It's free to download, and when you have been seeing our live videos, this is what we use to broadcast our live video. So we have a screen beforehand, and then that will be like the stream is starting soon, and then after that it will then lead into the actual live, which is just a regular camera. So here I've got a couple of things. I've got a couple of scenes set up here on the left hand side. So on the left hand side you'll see at the moment I've got loading screen and intro outro scene. So that's just like a video that we use, which is the Nest logo that appears just before it starts to give it like a little extra bit of finesse, shall we say. So very easy to use this program. First off, you go into the plus in the scenes, and then on top here it says please enter the name of the scene. So I'm just going to create the next third scene that we have in our sequence, which is just going to be the webcam scene. So that is going to be the webcam that we're going to use for the actual video footage that we use for our live. So let's start with the opening loading screen. I've got everything set up in a file just here, so all the things that I need. So I've got our Nest logo, our little intro opening, the Nest little video, and then our example here as well. So I'll show you that in a moment. So if I go into this section that says sources, from sources, you press the plus button, and we're just going to add a picture. So we're going to add a image. Go to image, and this is going to be the OBS example. So I'll press OK with that, and then I'm going to find the image, the OBS example, which is just here, and then open that, and then voila. So press OK here, and now this image is now our main focus for our first like loading screen, so to speak. So when we have our lives, basically what we do is say we've been going on at 2 o'clock daily. We have been in the past week or so. So start at 2 o'clock, and maybe at 1:58 we will start the stream. Once we start the stream, then that will then have this image on, and then it will have behind, you'll see on the actual image itself where my mouse is here, we're going to have a video, and that's of the Nest logo. It just loops round. So basically what I did was I created this in Canva. Canva is very easy to use, and from Canva I just created this, and I had a little white square, and then what I did was I went into Photoshop and deleted the white from this picture, but this is just an extra step that I've done. You don't have to do this. You can just have an image saying starting soon, but we'll get into that. So that's our image there. What we're going to do now is going to go into the plus again under sources, and then we're going to add a media source, so for a video, and this is going to be our Nest logo loop. So I'll press OK, and I'm going to find loop for the video, and we're going to browse that same folder, and this is the intro loop here, and I press OK. So I've clicked loop, so it's just going to constantly loop there. I press OK, and this is just that footage there. So as you can see, it's just our Nest logo that is just on loop to continuously play all the time. So now as you can see, I don't want that image or that video like that in front of all the example and stuff like that. So it works in kind of like a layers section. So if I press OBS example, which is the image that I had earlier, I press this up arrow, it will then move it above the video that I've created. This create video here, we want obviously to shrink it to size, which is just kind of like paint, so very easy to use. And then we'll kind of center that, make it a little bit bigger, and put it just here. So that's kind of in the center of that there. I'm happy with that. So as I say, now you'll see that this OBS example picture is at the front, at the top, and then the Nest video is on the loop underneath. So as you can also see here on the audio mixer, it says the mic/aux, and then there's no sound. And also the Nest loop logo is also got sound. We're going to turn that off because we don't want any sound for this first bit, because sometimes if you have your microphone connected, then it will say it will pick up sound. And obviously this is just the loading screen, so we don't want any sound for the loading screen, because obviously we might still be preparing, getting ready for the last 2 minutes before we started. And for example, as I say, start at 2 o'clock, and that, you know, we could be at 1:58, we're not ready to start yet, but we're preparing to get ready. But we want to make sure that you guys can join and make sure that everyone is live and ready to go for the start time. So no sound there. One more thing for this screen, what we're going to do is we're going to have, you may have noticed that there is a starting soon scroll here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the plus again and add text, and then I'm going to say scroll, starting soon scroll, press OK, and then it's going to come up with our text. So I'm going to say starting soon, and then ... and then I add a couple of spaces there so it has a little gap between it. Press OK, and now we've got our starting soon just up here in the top left hand corner. I'm going to bring down to here. Now as you can see, it's not actually moving. So with that, what we'll do is we'll right click on the starting scroll, and we're going to, we'll see here it says properties and filters. If I press filters, I can then it comes up with another little page. Now with this, I can press the plus, this plus icon here, and then with that I can add some extra stuff, and we're going to go straight down to scroll. Click on scroll, and then we're going to just call it scroll. That's okay. And then what you'll see is these sliders here. Now we don't want it to go vertical, we want it to go horizontal. So I'm going to just move this up a little bit, and it's going to go from left to right, so that's okay. I'm going to find the right amount of speed. Now I think that's a little bit too fast, so we'll just slow it down to maybe about 45 maybe. So we've got to 45. I think that's a good amount. It might be a bit fast, but that's okay for our example here. So I'll just press close, and you see now our starting soon is scrolling. Now I want it to start off, so we've created that here, so it says starting soon, and then it's going straight into the Facebook Live image there. So that's basically our front page, nice and easy. We've got the video loop, we've got the starting soon, and just the image of things like that before you start your live. Now we're going to go into our next section. So as I say, normally we go from here and we go into our little intro outro video. We use this at the beginning, so at 2 o'clock for our lives. Then the video loop comes on. It's only like a little 10-second of the Nest logo, and that's really simple. So that's just a plus on the sources section, media source as it's a video, and then we're going to say intro / outro. Press OK, and then we're going to find our video, which is our Nest intro outro, which I've created obviously already before. Press OK with this, and basically that's what it looks like just there. So it's the Nest, and then it just comes up with the Nest wording as well. I'm just going to make sure that it fits to size. So now, there we go. That's just plays once, which is all we need. So we start off with our starting soon. We've got the scroll, we've got the video, all there included as well. That is 2 minutes before we begin our live. We go live. I then I physically click the intro outro button. This comes up, and it's about 8 seconds, and then Nest comes up, and then we go into our third scene, which is our webcam scene. So it's very easy to use. Now we'll set up that scene there. So with the webcam scene, you're in sources here, and you press the plus, and then we don't want a media source or anything like that. We want a video capture device. That is our webcam. At the Nest headquarters, we've been using a Logitech camera, and I'm just using my computer here, my laptop. So I'll press video capture device, click that, and then we'll call it webcam. Click OK, and then I go to the device here and press FaceTime built-in camera. Ta-da! Here we go. And then we're going to have it just as the default settings are there. And then if I move it up to fit here, hello. So it's obviously it's just quite off center because my camera is just slightly to this side, so it should be okay there. So you're dead center. You're off to the right, to my right. So another thing that we have in our webcam section is literally just our logo. So our logo, our Nest logo is an image. So click image, and then we're going to go Nest logo. Okay. And you're going to find our logo, which is our Nest logo, which is a PNG file. So obviously it's bigger than we expected there. So just shrink that down. You can obviously do this with your logo, and then we'll just put that in the top right hand corner. And that is basically all we need for the webcam stage, except for one more thing. Now, at the moment, there's no sound, so obviously we need sound. So we're going to add our microphone, because obviously, as you notice, we have not got any sound. So we're going to add our microphone right now. So we press plus, and we go into audio input. So that is our audio input capture. And then we'll call it Yeti, because that's what we've been using. And then we're going to click here where it says default. We're going to change that to the Yeti microphone. Obviously, if you have your own microphone, you can click to whatever that is called there. So we'll click that. Okay. So check. My microphone is just here. Hello. So we'll check there. So check. That is a bit loud. As you can see, it's red. So I'm going to move away from the microphone, and it should be okay now. If need be, you can alter the volume here on this little slider. Red is bad, makes sense. So you want it between the green and the yellow. So now we have our microphone, and if we go through the other screens, we've got the introduction screen. This intro video has no sound, but I can turn the sound off just for OCD reasons. And then onto the intro video, the starting loading screen, there's also no sound there as well. We go into the webcam, and then we are live. We are good to talk to the camera, and we can talk about whatever we're going to talk about, that update on that day and that time. So nice and easy there. As I say, we've got our image here in the corner. Make that a little bit bigger if we wanted to. If you wanted to, you could, for example, go to text, and you can add maybe lower scroll, and then you can talk about, say, for example, please do not hesitate to ask any questions. And then we can have that here. That could be at the bottom. And then again, we could change the filters of that. We can add a filter, go into scroll, and then we can call it scroll. That's fine. And if you wanted to have that scroll, obviously I've missed out on space there, but that's okay for this demonstration. You can have that go along the bottom, or something like that, for example. That's a bit fast, but as I say, it's just an example for this purpose here. But we don't want that personally right now. So yeah, nice and easy for that. So as I say, we'll start the video and we go through those 3 scenes, and then at the end, once we've finished our live, we then go on. I personally go from talking, the live is finished, and then we end on that outro video, intro outro video that ends, and then we just stop there. So next thing that you need to know is when you are on Facebook. So you're on Facebook and you have gone to the live section. When you go into live, you find the live stream key. Once you've found that stream key, you then go into settings on OBS Studio. And once you've brought up these settings in OBS Studio, you can then see here it says stream on the left hand corner of this window. You click on stream, and you make sure that the service here does not say Twitch. It needs to say Facebook Live. Once it says Facebook Live, you find your stream key. You go into stream key here. This is Facebook. So once you're in Facebook, we want to create create a live stream, and that should load just here. You're in Facebook, and here it says camera connect. So this is actually going live as my personal profile. I'm not going to go live because I'm not. But here you go into stream key at the bottom here. You see it says stream key just here. What you do is you grab this stream key here by copying it. You press copy to keyboard, and then you go into OBS Studio, and then you paste that into this section here. I press show here, so that is that stream key here. So Facebook Live and the stream key, and I press OK. So what happens next is I can then go to start streaming. So start streaming is started, and now it will stream to Facebook. But what I'm doing is it's not started yet. I'm going to go to the opening loading screen, so no one can see me because we're not ready to start yet. We'll go into Google Chrome, and this is what the stream would look like. This is what it would look like, and if you see on the bottom right hand corner, it says just here go live. Now I'm not going to click that because I do not want to go live right now. But when you're ready to go, you press that button here. On the top here it says say something about this live video, so you could say welcome to our online live training, and then you want to give it a title, online live training, and then we'll press go live, and then that's all set then. So once you've started your live, you've finished, you can then go on to back into OBS Studio. You're in OBS Studio and you finish the live, so you don't want to start, you want to finish the live there. You press stop streaming, and it will stop streaming completely to Facebook. So if I went into Facebook now, see it's gone back to there, and then that's not, it doesn't say go live anymore, it's faded out. It should do. So that is a quick look into OBS Studio. It's very easy. It's for Facebook Lives only, so that's just for you wanting to show people, multiple people at the same time that you are going live. And you could teach a lesson on Facebook Live. If you can put it straight to a group. So for example, we do it live only to the Nest community group. OBS Studio is free, it's very easy to use, and that's a quick setup of how I set it up for our Facebook Lives at Nest.